Welcome to Sports Banner 38. Coach Carroll here, and today we're going to talk about the kickoff of the college basketball season. Normally, I don't really get too excited for basketball until the NCAA tournament, and then that is like one of my favorite sporting events of the entire year. So, but you know, we got some interesting games on tap for tonight. We've got the number 1 team versus I think the number 9 with Kansas playing Michigan State, and we also got the number 2 and 4s with Duke and Kentucky playing, with Kentucky being at 2 and Duke at 4. I never really get the whole idea of putting Kentucky so high this early. Sure, maybe put them in the top 10 based off of their talent alone, but you know, you got a bunch of kids, for the most part, who have not played any college basketball, and they're already got them way up at the top. Now, tonight, they're going to have their hands full with a tough team with Coach K and the Duke Blue Devils. Coach K, he may be the best coach, one of the best coaches in any sport, period. So, this should be a fun game tonight. You know, I'm really looking forward to checking it out and seeing how this young talent does against also a talented team in Duke, but also some a team with some experience and has some upper class leadership and those sorts of things, which in my opinion is why Kentucky always fizzes out in the NCAA tournament. It does take more than talent. The voters, or the people who vote for the polls and how these teams are ranked, does not always seem to get that, but that is definitely how it is. And you know, what kills me with Calipari at Kentucky is he builds his team around one and dones, and you know, that's all fine and well, but when they start losing games, he starts talking about how young they are and inexperienced they are. I don't know if I'm just speaking for myself, but college basketball and fans in general, do we really want to hear that? I mean, you know, think about it. You know, one upside of recruiting one and dones is you're going to be probably one of the, if not the most talented team year in, year out. Okay? The weakness to that, on the flip side, is you're not going to have experience, you're not going to have upperclassmen, yada, yada, yada. Coach Cal, we already know this. When you lose, when you start losing, or you don't quite reach the goals that the team has, or win the conference, or what have you, we don't want to hear they're young. We know they're young because that's how you built your team. Okay, so you're going to have young players every single year. That's just your model. You did it. You've won one national championship with it. I've heard some Kentucky fans say that this is their best team they've ever had, even better than the one back with Anthony Davis. I don't know if I believe that. I'm going to have to see that for myself. Which is one reason why I'm watching tonight. If they're that good, then they're going to have a pretty good chance of maybe winning another championship. I feel like Cal is an average coach and a A1 recruiter, basically. I mean, he's not a bad coach, but I don't put him on Coach K's level. And there's some other coaches, you know, Izzo, that I don't believe he lives up to as far as just sheer coaching on the court, you know. And you know, it's not saying he's a bad coach. I'm just saying his teams are loaded with talent, and I honestly believe he should have more than one national championship. But hey, if Kentucky wants to win a bunch of regular season games and fizz out in the NCAA tournament every year, then you know, hey, that's up to them. You know, they get close to the Final Four. Sometimes they even sneak in it, but they just don't never win it. So they're not a bad team. They're a pretty good team, but you know, pretty good don't always win national championships. The old adage goes, good is the enemy of great. So anyhow, that's all I got for this video. I just wanted to touch on the basketball games coming on tonight, in particular Michigan versus Kansas and Duke versus Kentucky. I don't know if I'll watch Michigan and Kansas or not. Or Michigan State, I'm sorry, and Kansas, but I know I'm going to watch Duke and Kentucky. That's more of a regional thing for me, so I want to see that game. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please like, share, and comment. Hit the subscribe button down at the bottom, and we will talk to you guys later. This is Coach Carroll out, and with Sports Banner 38, we'll be back in a little bit. Take care, guys.